we changed our minds. Happens a lot. But instead of us having the chickens over there, we are moving the chickens here. The only feasible spot down there doesn't really have that much grass. And the whatever growth is down there, they're probably not going to want it. So we're going to do it right here. It's going to be 8 foot by long. However much lumber I have. The chicken coop's going to be right here. I'm going to modify it that way. All Sarah has to do, open the doors, get the eggs out.
What do you guys think about getting neighbors? Huh? Getting next door neighbors? What do you think, Boots? So if you guys end up needing to move a building, coop, whatever, like this, to get it to turn, all we're doing is just putting these at a slight angle so that this corner catches it and then it can pull this way. Just a little tip to make it easier. And we got it in place. It's butted up right to where the run is gonna go. We do have to do some repairs to the floor in here, but it's in place. Well, the last clips that you saw were probably about a week and a half ago. And now here we are after the hurricane came through and we're on day 8 with no power. I do thankfully have some light power left in the camper because we've been charging up the battery of the camper with our generator, which you can probably hear in the background. I hope it's not too noisy. When I go outside, I know it's gonna get noisy. But we do have 2 generators right now. One of them is running our washing machine and the other one is running the well. So I can get some laundry done and we can, let me cut that out so it doesn't die. Oh, hang on. So we can get some animals watered too. This is how loud it is. Generator's going. So we're probably going to do a lot of voiceovers because I really highly doubt you guys can hear us over this. So right now we're getting some laundry done. Oh, and we had block delivered. This should have already happened and this should already be laid. However, the storm decided to delay that. We did get hit pretty hard. Like, there's trees around us everywhere, our whole town, trees, power lines, everything. Like I said, we're on day 8 with no power, but thankfully somehow every tree that fell down around us somehow missed, I keep forgetting how tall you are, somehow missed the camper and all the animal enclosures in our building. So yeah, that was good. So with the hurricane coming through, it really made me realize how much harder we need to push to do the things that we're wanting to do here, especially in regards to like food and canning our own things and stocking up and making sure we have like food for the year at least and for emergencies, because we have thankfully now, like we were stocked up a bit already on dried goods, but pretty much now, like for the first, I don't know, 6 days, you could hardly find meat. You still could barely find eggs or milk. Our chickens aren't laying right now, fine. But you can still find some, like most places don't have eggs or milk. Now they're starting to get it in, but we've really been stocking up. He's got a lid, I'll show you guys. We bought a bulk pack of rice. Ignore the laundry. This is what happens whenever you aren't able to wash anything and you have mud everywhere. So yeah, there's that we have to catch back up on. Also today, in the event of, you know, all the fun things going on, today is our anniversary. You want to know what we'll be doing all day? We will be washing laundry and dishes.
And cleaning the animal enclosures.
Yeah, cleaning the animal enclosures. That's
and
our
planting
anniversary
some
day.
vegetables.
We did buy some vegetables to plant. But we're going to celebrate our anniversary just once we have power and can feel like actually clean and ready to go out.
You know, you have somewhat good people in your life when, as an anniversary present, they buy you vegetables.
So our tomatoes, as you can see, are done. They're done. Funny thing is, I should have shown you guys when we collected them. Yeah. But we actually did get tomato hornworms on these. They were everywhere. I'm surprised we even have anything left at all. Are they? Okay, hang on.
There's one right here.
Before I forget, so this stick that is that planted itself, that came from the storm. Yet our plants were still standing. Let me show you.
I don't remember having these during the the heat of the summer.
With eggs.
There's one right here.
There's one with eggs right here.
Oh.
And then look at how big these guys are. The chickens love them as treats. We used to have a bearded dragon, and he loved these things. And you would pay like $10 per worm, when really all I needed to do was grow tomatoes and then they would come.
Do any of y'all who are watching have a bearded dragon, and who are experienced bearded dragon owners? Is it possible to get freeze-dried hornworms? Because if that's possible, I owe this lady a freeze dryer. So let us know if that's a thing, and next season we'll freeze dry them and send them to you.
I hope they're not here. I hope they're not here. I hope they just stay away. I would rather have tomatoes.
Well, if we find any.
Yeah. Also note, these are not, they're not gonna hurt you. A little horn on there. They're pretty harmless. They're not gonna bother you. Yeah, and that's what their poop looks like. Ew.
I'm gonna eat you.
Okay, don't torment them.
I was just gonna put it on the boy's head.
That's what their poop looks like. Gross, but interesting looking.
Put it on you.
No, sir. No.
For the viewers, because of y'all, I'm not gonna put it on her.
Thanks.
I picked both of them at the same time.
I don't need to eat these ones.
Oh, I dropped
This
one.
came off in a weird position.
No. Wow.
So we still got a good many tomatoes. We're just gonna either let these ripen inside, or maybe I'll make some fried green tomatoes. We already have plenty that I've pulled aside for seeds. And then here we've collected some more hornworms. We're just going through and making sure we get them all to give to the chickens. We're also just gonna go ahead and pull up all of our tomato plants today. If you remember, I planted these super deep in the ground, and I think that's one reason why they did really good. That dirt settled a lot, but look at that nice root system. We're tossing those, the plants and the little tiny tomatoes are ones that have been eaten on. We're just gonna toss them over here to compost. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pull all these up. That way we can have room to plant we got collard greens, broccoli, and cauliflower.
Yeah, I got one. But they're tangled together.
Yeah, just shake it out. Yeah, we gotta untie those. Good job, there you go. And just shake that dirt out at the bottom. There you go. And you can toss it over. Oh wow, those are all connected. So I'm gonna show you guys what we did. You saw us get this thing moved in place. Well, now we have it put up on blocks, which we didn't have put up on blocks before. So I'll show you where we had to rip out the floorboards here because they had rotted just from sitting on the ground. And then we gotta, I don't know if we're gonna like back that up with another board. Not sure on that end, but we do have to come in and put some more boards across here. And then Irby's just gonna put one big sheet across, and then back here across the back is where we're gonna put our egg retrieval thing. I'm just gonna put something that comes down. I think we're gonna do like a double layer. That way we can have 2 sets of laying boxes all the way across this whole thing and get the eggs that way. So it's progress. Here's just a little peek inside. Like I said, we're just gonna clean those up a little bit and then put a big board across. We'll probably put like a roosting bar somewhere in here too. But basically we're gonna line it up against the goat pen here, and then it's gonna go all the way back there and connect in the back. So they'll have this whole area out here to enjoy. Irby got one of the chicken coops cleaned out. That's gonna make for good compost. Really good compost.
I told you I'll get you.
Oh, you almost had her. Careful.
Told you I'll get you. This chicken is finger looking good, Jazz.
She your favorite chicken?
Yep, she's my favorite chicken.
What kind of chicken is she?
She is a silky. And how you would identify them is that they have these little thingies at the bottom of their feet.
Yeah.
Don't worry, baby. I got you. I got you. Don't worry. You're safe in my hands. You're safe in my hands. And when she gets older, no, I'm not going to cook her into fried chicken. Because I love this baby.
Yeah. She's your egg layer, huh?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I'll probably let her have some of her babies. Don't worry. She might peck you. She has done that. She has done that once.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking she wants to be back in, so I'll just give her a few minutes and I'll put her back in.
So we're transferring chickens today. These guys are coming from the smaller pen to our middle pen.
Yay.
Once we get the coop done, everybody will be and the run, everybody will be in that one way over there. But for now, these guys are going in here. And yes, we do need to get some hay, or straw. Everybody is out. So
Guys,
these guys just have to deal with it for now. Now everybody's in here nice and happy. We just need to get some straw to put down. So the guy that's gonna come and lay our block called this morning and said he was gonna come do it this weekend. So we're gonna get this cleaned up from the storm and all the debris that it left so that we can get on to the next step of building the house. So lots of sticks and stuff, especially further down that way. There's a lot of big sticks from the trees that fell. But we're just gonna get this clean. I wish we had a leaf blower. I thought we did have a leaf blower. Oh, it was our oldest leaf blower. So, and he likes to do a lot of trading. Very good at it too. So, don't know where he learned that skill because he didn't get it from me. But so yeah, that's why we don't have a leaf blower. But we do have a broom and shovels to get up some places with mud. Most of the mud is really just like surface level, so it's not going to matter that much. But there are some places where the water really washed in and it blew all of our the black plastic. It blew it all over, so we pulled that up yesterday and got it moved out of the way. And then we're going to have to retension our string over here and put our other one back across just for the guidelines. But other than that, it didn't really do any damage, which I mean, it's just concrete, so I wasn't expecting it. But that's what we're working on today. And as you can hear the generator in the back, we still don't have power. This is day 13. However, hang on and I'll show you guys. Yesterday they came back out and let's see, I don't know if you can see all the way out there, that wonderful sight there. That is our new power pole. We don't yet have our transformer, and our line connecting to this pole is still down, but that is progress, and it was wonderful progress. And an update for our tadpoles that we showed you guys. We have one surviving tadpole. No, two, excuse me. 2 surviving tadpoles that made it through the hurricane, as well as the tropical storm before that. So hopefully these guys are gonna do good. One of them is starting to grow legs, so that's exciting. I was really worried about the tadpoles, not gonna lie. But we're gonna get to work.
As you can tell, the wind from that we're getting, I think we're like 400 miles from Tampa, and yeah, we're getting some of the wind from Milton. You can see all that stuff that she's sweeping is just blowing everywhere. Well, the dust is at least. Tell our viewers what your favorite part about the process of building your own house is.
Getting to make it exactly what we want it. And me being the one that designed it. Pretty much. That's my favorite part. Not having somebody else pick what it is. Just, yeah, pretty much that's what I said. What's your favorite part?
Being the age that I am, I've been working since I've been 15. It's one of those things. My dad would drag me out of the house to do stuff I didn't want to do. At the time I didn't realize it, but he was actually building skills. I started with low voltage, just pulling the wire. Residential security systems, fire systems, card, and then commercial card access, camera systems. Then it ended up leading me into maintenance. But between that period, I did a lot of construction. Never did foundation. That's why we're probably contracting that out. We did the footers. We hired the people for the concrete because that's a lot of concrete to mix, and that ain't happening. I'm looking forward to the framing.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to the painting because everything else I have no clue how to do.
This house is gonna look fantastic.
Yeah.
She's been showing me all kinds of, like, the kitchen's gonna look like this, the bedroom this, and the bathroom this. And
the kitchen is what I'm most excited about because you guys know we have 4 kids, so I literally live in the kitchen pretty much. So I want the kitchen to be perfect. So that is what I'm most excited about, especially after cooking in that tiny kitchen with a horrible oven and only being able to cook one thing at a time. Yeah, I'm excited to have an entire huge meal that doesn't take forever and that I don't have to worry about burning on the bottom because the oven is awful. So yeah, and having space to do all my baking, and yeah, I don't know.
I'm looking forward to the baking.
Yeah, and place to be able to store everything that we can, because right now I can barely can anything.
Wait, are you saying everything that we can?
Can.
Or everything that we can?
Because right now we have no space.
No.
So,
no.
Yeah.
Came home one day, opened up where I thought some salsa was. No, it was no longer the salsa pantry or the salsa cabinet. It was the arts and supplies. Like, where'd my salsa go? I'm gonna take them with me for a walk.
Okay.
So, we greatly appreciate y'all sticking around, watching this process. I'm not downing anybody or disrespecting anybody as far as content creators, but a lot of them use their 401ks that they've been building for 20 years, inheritance, or just have really good jobs, or families that can throw money to help build their lifestyle. We came from a different background. Sorry, I gotta try to focus in the lens. This is a very time-consuming, and I gotta work as many hours as possible. But this is still cheaper than renting a house. And at the end of the day, we own this. So if you're in a position where you live in an apartment or you're renting, do yourselves a favor. Do the research, find a place. Find a place, because at the end of the day, you're establishing yourself as a homeowner, a property owner, however you want to call it, a homesteader, instead of actually paying somebody else. You're making somebody else rich by renting. This whole experience is about improving us. If you get knowledge, if you get something from this, I hope it betters you. I hope it betters your future. Because God knows we all need it. None of us need to be 65 years old and worried about next step, about if we can have a job tomorrow. This right here is going to secure Sarah's and my retirement, pretty much. Make yourself a plan. I'm 38 years old. I'm not going to be 65 when I retire. I'm going to be younger than that. And by retire, I do not mean never working, living on Social Security and my retirement funds. By me retiring, it's me turning this into my farmer's market stuff, whatever, you know. I don't have to answer to anybody. Closest thing to answering to anybody is the boss back here, paying taxes, and yeah.
And just like that, foundation is done. They came and did it a few days ago. We got everything finished. The extra sand is over there, so we just have to get this extra brick out and then clean up this area, layer it with sand, paint our block for to make it water resistant, whatever. And yeah, so this is a huge step for us, and so happy to have it done. So happy to have it done. It looks great. They did an amazing job. They did this in a day. So they came in the morning and were gone by, I don't remember exactly what time it was, but it wasn't super late in the evening. So yeah, they did an awesome job. And now we got to clean up after it and everything, but they did an awesome job. I'm going to show you guys the garden now. So we finally got some cauliflower. This is all cauliflower. And then we got broccoli planted in here. So hopefully that's going to do well. I think this one got walked on by a cat. Because the cat was just in here. But we're about to come out here and water these. And I'm going to add some coffee grounds to them so they can kind of get some extra nitrogen if they need it. And then here, I know we showed you guys when we were throwing this all in here, but we just got all of our old tomato plants and just tomatoes that had started getting eaten on by bugs and such. And just stuck those in there so they can compost down, and that's where those are going to stay. Eventually we will put some more soil on top of that one as it breaks down. I may in this one also, our local coffee shop, they keep coffee grounds for us and we go and pick it up throughout the week. And well, we were picking it up on Saturdays, but they've been super busy. And whenever we first started picking up from them, it was like right before the storm and after the storm. So it was kind of going slow because not as many people were out. But now the bucket's filling up really quickly. And so I'm gonna start going there in the mornings on the way to taking kids to school. But we're gonna just start putting it in here. They do leave their filters in there, but they're biodegradable. It'll be fine. It'll compost down too. And if I see that they're not composting down, I can just pull them out. But we get those and they give us the coffee grounds, so that'll be really nice. Whenever we are ready to start doing our worms and we're raising the worms, I'm gonna use the coffee grounds as like a substrate for them because I've heard that that's really good. So that'll be a nice free resource that we can use for those. I'm not gonna start that now while it's really cold because it's already cold here. It was like, what, 37 this morning, which to some people may not be cold, but to us that's really cold. But yeah, so we got a lot of the coffee grounds. I've already got another bucket from them, and then I have to take the bucket back today, and then I'll pick it up Monday. So we'll be getting it twice a week. So that's a lot of coffee grounds. So that'll really come in handy for some
compost in there, or are we just doing coffee grounds?
Let's not put the other compost here because I don't want animals going to try to do it. Okay. But that'll be really good for fertilizing the soil, nitrogen, and just, you know, to add to soil. And like I said, also for the worm. Yeah,
when we put bunk beds in the camper, this was in the way. But we got a freshwater line hooked up to it anyway, so this is no reason to have it. But I'm going to hook the 12-volt pump that was attached to this. I'm going to attach a hose to it. That way, you know, it's right here.
Yeah, this used to be the water. That was the water tank in the camper, which really we didn't even fill the water tank up anyways. Once we moved down here and got that line hooked up. So, oh no, hose stuck.
My bad.
That was cold. Thankfully, I'm in a hoodie. But that was really cold. But yeah, so that's what we're doing today. I know this vlog has been kind of all over the place and 3 weeks late because we were dealing with the storm, and honestly, when we had no power, it took 14 days for us to get power. And not having power really, it did not motivate me to pick up a camera, I'll say that. But we're gonna get these watered.
I think everybody was in a funk.
For sure.
It's ironic because I was praying. I was like, please give me the opportunity to take a week off from work, maybe 2 weeks, so I can get a lot of stuff done around the homestead. I should have been more specific because I got that time off, but how much did we get done, honey?
Not a lot. Not a lot at all. We do still have some, what are they, collard greens that we need to get in the ground. I keep saying I don't like collard greens. I have no clue if I like collard greens or not. I've never eaten them.
You'll love them.
I'll love them.
You'll love them.
I think if I make them with like some onions and bacon, I'll probably enjoy them. But I don't know. If they're similar to kale, I love kale. So if they're anything similar to kale, but I think they get really soft, like spinach. And I love fresh spinach, but I cannot stand cooked spinach. So that's one thing that makes me think that I'm not gonna like them, but maybe I could put them in a salad, like a fresh salad. I love salads. So maybe I'll like them if I do that. But we need to get those in the ground along with these. These have been in the ground for a week at least. So I need to get those put in the ground so that they can thrive and do good. But after he finishes watering these, I guess I should have gone ahead and done it, but I'm going to put a little bit of coffee grounds around the base of at least the broccoli. I can't remember if cauliflower likes coffee or not, so I'm going to do a little bit of research first and then we'll do it or not. I'll do that research and see, and we're going to get some coffee grounds put around the broccoli at the very least. So I found this kind of comical. You guys know I've been trying to grow these pepper plants. Granted, I knew they weren't going to really do much in these, but the weather had already gotten cold, so I was like, whatever. I noticed this last week. It's got a little flower on there, which I found hilarious because the entire summer months that we were growing this, nothing. And now we have a flower when it's 30-something degrees. But yeah, just gonna let it keep doing what it's gonna do. I'm sure it's gonna die, but it would be absolutely hilarious if it actually grew a pepper. Yeah, and here's my mint. It's actually doing really well. I am gonna transplant it to something bigger. I'm obviously not gonna plant it in the ground because it'll just go everywhere, but I am gonna transplant it into something bigger. And that way it can thrive in there, and then I can have some mint for some tea and some desserts and all sorts of nice things. Well guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I know it's kind of been all over the place and from several different days and craziness and whatever, but that's gonna be all for today. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. I am going to be posting consistently. I know I said that last time and then failed on it. That was the hurricane's fault though, not mine. So, hope you guys enjoyed it. And from our homestead to yours, have a great day and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Have a good one.